Have you ever thought about why are you attracted to some people? Why are you magnetized to them? And why are they feeling so good to listen to them, even though you don't really agree with them, everything what they say and so on? And when you are in a room with them, you tend to agree with them because you don't want to disappoint them or you want to be like them for some reason.
Or you also know that they wouldn't change their opinion even if you told them something which is opposing to what they believe in. And this is exactly the reason why they're so charismatic, because they have very firm principles that they stand on and they live by. They stand behind them. That's why we are so drawn to them. And in this video, we also want to look how we can start to become more magnetic, more attractive, and we will also feel better within ourselves when we are applying these principles.
I think for me it's really cool to have an idea for my future that I'll be more attractive for myself than for other people, in a sense that I'll be more firm in my own values and I'll know more who I am and so on, than to be like feeling more attractive for other people. But the intention behind this video is, why is it? What is making them feel so magnetic and attractive?
And imagine if you are becoming that person that is magnetic for yourself, you will be more drawn to yourself. You feel more comfortable with you. You will feel more certain with you.
You will
That's
jump
exactly what we want.
Yeah, you will jump into your future like nothing because you will be knowing where you're going.
I trust this person,
Yeah.
you know, this is my leader.
Yeah, we also were thinking about it because we are making this YouTube channel, and you have no idea how many times we had to cut out so many things which we said and we thought, hey, it's not going to land well. This is too
A lot
big.
of people would be offended by
Yeah.
this.
This would offend these people, vegan eaters, carnivores, liberals or Republicans or whatever. We had to cut out everything, and it's really hard. And on us, it was such a pressure. Then we started to lose control of who we are as a channel, and we had to find like a middle ground where we can all meet and we don't have anything to argue about, so we can find some really cool energy and we can create this energy, and it is our future us, because this is where we all want to go. And that's why I think it supports energy of other people to watch us and to be with us. But also in our case, we lost our track and we stopped having clear opinions, not because we are not having clear opinions, but we just don't want to have these backfires on us, because you have no idea how uncomfortable it is when you receive comments like which you are not used to, and they are hurting and they are hurtful, and I don't know how to prepare for these things, and I don't know if I have to do this. We wanted to even give up on this channel because sometimes it was really tough to receive these comments, but okay, it's life, and this is what we are all dealing in normal, regular life. We are all the time trying to correct us and edit us so we are not too offensive for other people, so we don't get too much criticism or judgment or anything, right?
But we are also being tested when we are saying something that we truly believe in. You're
Yeah.
being tested. Do you really mean it? Are you firm in this? They also want to see how strong is this person in this belief.
If you remember your teachers from your school, you definitely remember those who were strict and who had clear boundaries and who you knew what you have to deliver to make them happy with you and give you good grades. I, for example, remember until today two teachers definitely, which did that. And we knew exactly how we can behave around them, what are their maximum limits and everything. And it felt safe. And I knew that when I'm prepared and I know my things, everything will go well in the school. So I think it also can be applied to the real life, where we are around these people and we feel very safe because you know what to expect from them, and you know how they are, how they have things, and you know if they are pro, you know, in the past it was pro-vaccination, against, and you knew that around certain people you can't talk about pro, and around certain people you can't talk about against, and we were like for example, accepting both sides, whatever you want to do, but you are trying to like really dance between these people and
Be a different person for other people.
Yeah, because I realized they never cared about what I want. They just were strongly opinioned most of the time, and they really didn't mind that I didn't even say my opinion at the end, which was funny. The funniest thing, that people really are sometimes so passionate about their topics that they even forget about yours, and maybe that you're right there next to them wanting to spend time with them. So it's better to really focus on a presence and really worshiping your time and choosing who you are spending time with. And if you have to really still like juggle between what to say and what to not say and what makes you feel safe, maybe you can start to be more open and notice, hey, these people, I have to really edit me in front of them, and now I feel safer. So where am I feeling better? And your nervous system, when you don't have to put on your masks all the time and agree or not when you don't want to not, maybe your nervous system will be calmer when you are around people who are more agreeing with you and who are accepting you as you are. And it feels very, very, very good for the nervous system. You're not that stressed.
And when you have these qualities for yourself, you also know, okay, there's this new exercise that I just learned about that can really improve my health. And you know that you're going to do it because you have the confidence in yourself. You have your strong boundaries and clear pillars on which you stand on. And I think the principles is something that we can start to use for this, because principles are something that can be a little bit more broad than just a simple belief, like I believe that meditations can heal. Principle can be, I really believe that the body has the innate capacity to heal. That's something that we hear very often from Dr. Joe Dispenza. This is like a principle on which he stands on and from which he guides people and teaches or communicates. And this is what we are drawn to. And when you can maybe sit down for yourself and think, what are my principles in life in terms of health or in terms of relationships?
Or what are people who you adore? For example, Raphael started to adore Steve Irwin. And when I saw him, I started to be hooked too, because he has such a great love for everything, or he had, than for everything alive and for even the crocodiles. And he was teaching people that a crocodile is a very clear animal. Like, you feel very clear about this animal, because once once you go to him, he will kill you. And once you don't respect him, he will kill you. So you know that you will be killed by going to that animal. So you have to do everything what you can to just avoid that animal safely and let him live, and you will live happily too. But you will not go to cuddle with that. It's so clear as a day that you will never do it. And it makes you feel safe because you have clarity and you know how to act. And this is like this 3D approach. And you can change it in any meditation, for example, that you will ride a crocodile or something like that. Yeah.
It's just deeply regulating for the nervous system to be around a person who is very clear. Petra's father is somebody who is absolutely clear about so many things. And I often ask him for his opinion about something, or I tell him about a situation. He tells me with a finite sentence a conclusion about that situation, and it's always really interesting and fun for me to hear that. And you can just feel calm around him, even though his opinion might be very different from what I would have.
He has also very strong opinions about health, and body is a self-healing mechanism, and he trusts immensely into self-healing, even though he went through really tough challenges in life about his health, because he had a broken leg and a lot of surgeries on that. He was extremely dedicated on one of his outcomes, which is he's well and so on. And he's very inspiring because he keeps his word for himself, especially for himself. He never had to explain himself about what he's doing or what. He just said, I have it like this, and this is my
and you
thing.
can try to argue with him as much as you want. He's not going to change that, but still not in a sense of being too rigid. He has like clear guideposts. He knows where he's going, what his life direction is. But still, you can tell him, hey, you're struggling with this right now. How about you start to take some magnesium or some vitamin C? And even though he would never be interested in supplements, he might say, you know what? This could actually be something that I could start to try. And he's opening up for that.
Yeah, lately he's opening up for that, but it took so many years until he kind of like little bit accepted magnesium, for example.
Because if somebody is too delusional, if somebody's so out of touch with reality, it can also be off-putting then. You might also be very much wanting to keep your distance, even though they're very clear and they're very firm in their beliefs. You're just go away from that because you absolutely don't resonate with it. But somebody who's really charismatic also has this strong principles, as we said, but also is open and knows that some things can change. Sometimes there comes new information and you are willing to adjust and open to that.
And they usually demand of other people to be themselves, mostly. They don't want to bother about the masks and the nodding because they see right through you. Because, you know, when you nod and you agree and you are more manipulated into something, the true leaders, true magnetic people want you to be you around them. Sometimes it's hard to be you when you don't realize who is you, right? It's really cool to still be embracing this topic about me being me, because I could ask me every day, who am I? But when you are comparing with other people, you know clearly who you are and what are your values and what are your boundaries. So it's very good that
boundaries is a big one too.
Yeah.
There are certain border that you can't cross with that person. You know it absolutely. You know it clearly. You know it clear as day.
Yeah.
You can't go over that border. And when
Some
we can start
topics
to,
are off the
but
table,
when we can start to apply this for ourselves as well, we know, okay, these are the principles that I stand on in different areas of life, from my own experience, from what I have learned. I firmly believe in this and I stand on it, and I'm fine. You can tell me your opposing opinion, I listen to you, I hear you, but I know my truth and I stand behind it. And this is what's so attractive, and it's so good for you when you have this, because it's a gift that you give to yourself. Imagine you just always feel safe in life with you, because you know when I'm saying I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that.
So if you've spent your life people pleasing, editing yourself, and feeling guilty for not being the right person,
or you have a lot of pressure on yourself of who you think you should be and how you should behave and how you should walk through life, we created this online class together. This is your way back, and it is your way back to you, to the true you. You learn how to release the guilt, you learn how to feel safe with your nervous system.
And you practice how to feel safe in there, in the course.
And then you're going to figure out who you want to become, where you want to go, and we're going to step into our future together. So if you're interested in this online class, we link it down below. We would love to see you there. Thank you so much for being with us. And if you would like to share some more time with us, we also have this video here for you next.